Uh, hello? Yeah, this is recording. Okay. Finally, that took forever. My name is Miriam Clyde, and this is my 167th day of isolation. Might I add, without my volunteering or consent. I and I should probably explain that a bit. Basically, 5 months ago, everyone just kind of vanished. I don't know why. Hell, I can't wrap my head around how, but it happened. It wasn't sudden. It happened over the course of 3 days, with more and more people just like popping out of no, they left, they disappeared. I don't know until I was the only one left. I mean, I guess that's hard to verify because it's a big ship and I'm not allowed in like a third of it. But I've been managing fine. I guess I can like we have food. Like we have enough. I have enough food to last me to last me like 1,000 times my lifetime if I really try. So like that's not a problem. I'm literally underwater as well, so drinking, getting my full sustenance is not a concern either. It's more the crushing feeling of being all alone with no one to help, which is the best. I think it's not the best for my mental health, I will say. And I think it's a miracle that I've managed to keep myself rather stable considering what's going on. I mean, I've encountered some interesting things to keep my attention up and not make me go like die from boredom. For example, if I learned like a month ago, if I were to pour some water from the tap in the Easter cafeteria, the water comes out glowing slightly green. I think that's called bioluminescence. It was in like these little green particles that like seem to be like they seem to be like of they seem to be like a like they weren't just like dirt. They were like alive. They are biological. I don't know. I figured because of that it was a mold because like that's a reasonable conclusion that was like growing in the filters. But also I cannot verify that. I cannot confirm my theory nor can I fix it. So yay. So like that's always fun, not knowing things. I mean, the one plus though is that they're light sources, so and they're fun to study when I get bored, and I'm bored a lot. I mean, like that's not quite surprising considering I'm all alone with nothing and no one, and I've been this way for months, and I've consumed all the media I can. So there's some stuff I can read. I don't know how to put the feeling it is. Like boredom isn't the right word because they're words. They're approximations of experiences and feelings. So they're like not accurate. So the feeling I'm feeling, I could call it loneliness, but I could also call it understimulation and boredom and depression and anger and fear and dread, but it's none of those things. I just don't know what to do. Like, this is because of my pure isolation. I know, but it's not loneliness. I have a substitute for talking to people. It's the chatbot. It's fine, but it's not human. It doesn't have all the nuance that a human does. It doesn't have the understanding, the experiences, the hang-ups, the trauma, the culture. It has only reactions, solutions to problems, and algorithms and data. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't know. Like, I understand they serve their purpose, and that's their purpose. Like, I don't know if they think or not, to be honest. So I don't want to insult them. Like, I don't want to insult them if they can think. And I'm just all wrong about that. Who knows? It's just weird, you know? It's just, I think it's like a marvel. You know, it's like a marvel I haven't, God, this is the most emotion I have felt in months. I'm sorry. In other news, I've been focusing on reading some books in the library. None of them are good. Not really none of them. But I can read anything I want, and no librarians are there to stop me. So I have learned many things. Many things. Right now, I'm reading an old school sci-fi book about some kind of android in a world where they are discriminated against, and it's set in 2142, which I remember that year vividly, and it had no androids. So it was a little disappointing. Again, the chatbot is still here, and I mean, they could be considered an android, but also, like, no. You know? It's just like, no, they're not an android because they don't have feelings and stuff. Like, I think that's fun to think about, you know? I could always just like wax about how the author's view of the present obviously like changed their view of the future. It's like, I think the author was like African American, and it was like 2021. That was a bad year for everyone, you know. But like, the fact that it was a bad year doesn't really mean anything. But like, the thing is, considering these things is useless. It means nothing. No one will find out about this. No one will care. I don't care because I'm not going to exist forever. And I'm completely insignificant. All my thoughts are insignificant. Everything. This fucking tape recorder is going to be the only thing people will find of me after I'm dead. I know it. Or maybe this is just my interpretation clouding the future, clouding what I see the future as. Sorry, I know I'm talking too much about interpretation and humanity and shit, but like, in my defense, I'm not talking to anyone. This is a tape recorder. This is a fucking tape recorder. So why do I care? And it's like all I really think about. It's certainly entertaining. It's stimulating. Before everyone left, I just resigned myself to the fact that I don't really care, because how I interpret myself in the area around me is completely unimportant. It is not essential to functioning on the Nertites. That is not even encouraged, because it's not important. I just didn't care. I didn't think about it, but now I do, because I'm all alone and there's no one to tell me that it doesn't matter. I'm getting philosophical. No, I'm not sorry. It's not like I'm talking to anyone anyways, so there's no reason to get sorry. I'm not gonna get any reaction to this, no response or anything. It's great, you know? This emptiness is... I guess I can talk about whatever I want. I can do whatever I want. I don't want to do this recording. End of vlog. The Inky Water podcast was created and voiced by me, Ella Gamester. To find more about this podcast, go to @InkyWaterPod on Instagram or the Inky Water on Tumblr. I thank you very much for listening, and have a nice day.